Hey, good morning, everybody. I am not driving in today. As most of you know, um, kiddo is in the hospital, and I had to run around and take care of other kiddos. So, no big deal, but I'm not driving in. But I didn't want to let it go because, I got to run my mouth. And this morning I was just kind of talking about not letting go, right? We all seem to have this tug of war, and some of us, like myself, will openly admit it. It's like the tug of war between the flesh and the spirit. We deeply believe in faith, we deeply believe in God, we love everything that He stands for. But yet when things in life are happening and we don't quite get what the end result is, or we think we want to know or plan what that end result is, we just kind of tug of war back and forth, and makes us a little bit crazy. And I do that a lot because I'm so used to being out there and just making things happen. And in all reality, it's not me that's making it happen. I'm blessed. I'm blessed with every single thing that has been given to me. The brain cells that I didn't burn up in my youth, good gravy. Being able to have a heart, being able to wear my heart on my sleeve a lot of times and fluff myself back up after I put myself in situations to where I feel beat down. But, it's kind of like I've been going through this turmoil because just trying to figure out where am I going. I know where I'm at. I certainly know where I've been. And I am truly blessed. And you don't get that until you experience it yourself. So I could tell you all day long that you need to have that relationship with God. It's not going to matter until you choose to do it yourself. Now, I say that for everybody, for my kids too. Everybody believes in something. This is what I believe in. And that's okay. And I pray that you never have to come down to your lowest point in life before you find the hand that's holding you up. I really wish everybody would find that deep relationship spiritually before it gets too late. But none of us deserve anything. Everything here is temporary, And it's kind of like, wow, I got some really cool stuff that I was able to work for and sustain myself. I do a pretty good job for being a little girl, I'm 5'5", nothing. And every now and then I got to call in and say, help, I don't know how to do this, or I can't do this. Or then I sit there and I whine and say, oh, this is just awful. Look at it. Look at the side of my shop. That's currently a storage, by the way. But look at it. Just look at it. It's a mess. It's not perfect. And I could whine about it. I could get out here and pressure wash it again. What is it? We should be doing this every 6 months. I could repaint my house. I will. Because I know me. I have to have projects to keep me busy, to get me through the days where life just seems to be not agreeing with me and what I think. Picking something up off the ground. Pen. But does it all really matter? I mean, for real. What really matters is true relationships, connections, lifting people up. Looking up. I try to always look up. Sorry. Shaking this camera. But I try to always look up. I try to look for things. I try to come out here and listen to the birds when I can. Try to keep the sky in view as I'm driving. We don't know what the day's going to bring us, good, bad, or indifferent. We lose loved ones. And that's painful. And I'm right there with you. Doesn't matter if it's blood. Doesn't matter if it's somebody that you're connected to. And when they're gone for good, they're not coming back. That just rips us apart. But even when they leave, a good friendship, you get really good friendships, and then all of a sudden they're just gone. And you wonder what happened. It kind of takes a piece with you. So you got to stay grounded. You gotta put your faith. You gotta put what's left in your heart into something positive to make it grow. Plant the seed for other people. You may be strong, I may be strong, and I may be able to help. I'm so good at going and helping everybody else, but when it comes to me, let me tell you, I'm a hot mess. I am all over the place. I struggle with it. I have that spiritual warfare going on all the time if I can't control it, if I don't know what's going to happen. Now, maybe that's because being quality assurance in an IT world for 29 plus years, where I had to know the whole picture. I had to know what the end result was supposed to be, and I had to keep searching for it and try to make it not work so I could prove that what was needed to make it work. It could be the project management piece of me, where I have to have everything's got to be planned and organized. Or it just could be that little scared kid inside that says, I'm afraid and I need to know what is going to happen. What if? I don't say, why me? Why not me? I don't deserve a dang thing, really. And that's putting it nicely. But then it's mornings like this, where I don't know what's going to go on. I've been helping my daughter for a long time, and I want nothing but the best for her, nothing but the best for my son. I want my daughter to be happy, sincerely happy. I want her to have that job if she wants that job. I want her to have that godly partner. But I don't want her to have to go out there and chase all those things. I want her to have the faith in herself and God, to know that when it's time, it'll happen. I want that for my grandkids. I want that for my nieces, my nephews. I wish all of the good stuff for my family members that are married, for those that aren't. Just keep doing what's right. Don't give yourself away. You give yourself away one piece at a time, you got nothing left. And it's not worth it. There are so many people out there in Satan's sandbox that want to chew you up and spit you out. Now, I'm pretty sure of myself. And I have a really strong will. So with that and my faith, I've been sustaining for a very long time. And what that means is that I truly don't care what people on the outside think. Do I get spiritually lifted up when people love on me and appreciate me? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think I'd be crazy not to. And I used to say, it don't matter what you think. You ain't paying my bills. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing that. You want to come take care of me and be my keeper, then maybe I'll consider what you think. But I know that will never happen because I only have one keeper. God is the one that's given me the ability. So I care about the things that are positive. The birds singing. Some flowers growing. It's not the beautiful garden, home and garden house, no. But listen. Look around. The peace, the harmony. What plays in your soul when you hear that special song, when you hear the music, when you hear different people singing and how their voices just kind of fill you up with what they're saying. That's all good. That's what feeds me. Someday I'll have that partner, I ain't gonna be forever. Trust me when I say I don't want to live and die alone. I'm okay where I'm at right now. I ain't out looking. And I love everybody. I do. I'm everybody's sweetheart. But all those things, how does that all play together? It does. How do you think of yourself? What do you think of yourself? What are you doing with yourself? It's all about choices. You don't settle just because. Yeah, we gotta sometimes work in places, and not me. I am very blessed where I'm at, and the career I've been given, and the opportunities to grow where I've been given. But sometimes you go into these places to where it's just a horrible dead end, and you work for people that are just horrible. I hear stories. Try to be the shining light there. If you can't speak it openly, then just smile. Just smile and let that negativity just keep walking right on by until you can find the place where you're meant to be. And have faith that you'll get there. Have that relationship. So I'm always good at giving everybody else advice. And I'm really good at living it for the most part. But internally, I got that tug of war going on just like everybody else. But this morning, and I put out the post where it said, sit quietly with me, letting all your fears and worries bubble up to the surface of your conscience. There in the light of my presence, the bubbles pop and disappear. However, some fears surface over and over again, especially fear of the future. Man, he called me to the carpet. I mean, I'm not going to go into details, but man, did he call me to the carpet. I could just say that I don't know what my future is, and that bothers me because I know the desires in my heart. I know what I've always wanted to do. I know what I will most likely do, but it still bothers me that it's not locked in on my standards. And then this morning, man, he called me out. I had no idea. Look, I'm reading it right here in front of me. However, some fears surface over and over again, especially fear of the future. You tend to project yourself mentally into the next day, next week, next month, next year, decade, and you visualize yourself coping badly in those times. What you are seeing is a false image because it doesn't include me. And I'm like, dang it. Why'd you got to do that? He's like tapping me on my shoulder saying, what are you doing, kid? What the heck is going on? And it's about everything. Sure, we can say that we got everything all lined up and everything's so perfect. We got our honey on our side. We got a nice job. We got a nice ride. We got this. We got that. Well, let me tell you, I've already lived through tragedy. I've already lived through the loss. I've already lived through having things taken, given away, stolen, whichever way you want to look at it. I've had nothing and I've had it all. I pray that no one listening to this ever has to go through any of those circumstances. But when you do, you'll get it. So if you think that, oh, well, whatever, go right ahead. But the bottom line is until you live it, until you experience it, and until you come truthful with yourself, you can walk around in that facade all day long. And for those of you that have acknowledged it, you don't have to harbor it. You don't have to let it chew you up inside. God's with you. I mean, listen to this. Listen to this. I mean, this is just crazy. Everything he said about me worrying about the future, worrying about internally, worrying about the future, my kids' future, all the wants I have, all the desires I have. Yeah. So he goes back and he says, you tend to project yourself mentally into the next day, week, month, year, decade to visualize yourself coping badly in those times. Like, oh, well, if I go down this path, it ain't gonna work out because of, yeah, sure. What you're seeing is a false image because it doesn't include me. The gloomy times that you imagine will come to pass, since my presence will be with you at all times. When a future-oriented worry assails you, capture it and disarm it by suffusing the light of my presence into the mental image. Say to yourself, Jesus, will you be with me and then and there? With his help, I can cope. Then come home to my present moment where you can enjoy the peace in my presence. Now, may not touch any of you guys, but again, depends on what you're going through. This Jesus Calling, enjoying peace in His presence by Sarah Young. It was a gift from my sister. Probably the best gift she's ever given me, besides just being my sister. But you got to dive in, find your place. I get deep. I write. I do poetry. I write nonsense. I pray. I pray. I pray. I'll never stop doing that. And I think I've got it together, just like everybody else. And I am blessed. I do have, I can make things happen. I can. But none of it is without the blessings that I've been given. And I'm so very grateful that today, because of the layers that come even to me, even though I keep praying, even though I keep putting it out there, even though people think I got it together. It's not about this little girl over here that can maintain her yard, maintain a house, maintain a vehicle, run back and forth 100 miles back and forth and do all this stuff and do a good job at work and do a good job here, do a good job there, be loved on, be everybody's sweetheart, be nothing at all. I mean, it's not about that. What it's about is finding your peace within. And sometimes you got to be reminded where it comes from. So there was no beautiful sunrise drive, no cruising with Kelly today, but I took you out into the yard and hanging out with the boy, the beastie. And just wanted to share. So I hope you have a blessed day. Keep looking up. Know you're not alone. And yeah, it's real. All those spiritual battles are real all around you. And people that are deep in faith know that. If you need somebody to talk to, connect. Connect through some of my friends here on Facebook, through my CCW family, through my Generations family, through my personal family. You know, don't think you got to deal with things alone. Don't think that you are alone, and no matter what's going on in your life, it's not the end. So keep looking up, my friends. Love y'all. Until next time.